case of Zach Wilson, he leads the Jets to a 31-10 win over the Bears. White finishes with over 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns in the victory. Shannon, has Zach Wilson lost his starting job now to Mike White?
Yeah, this is Mike White's job for the foreseeable future, at least until this year, Skip. He did a great job. He got guys involved. If you look at the offense and how it looked compared to what it looked like with Zach Wilson, it looked night and day different. Garrett Wilson and Moore had their best games in week. Hell, Moore was asking to be traded. He's like, man, they can't give me the ball. Why am I just decoying?
Now he's crowing.
Skip, did you see everybody how excited they were after the game?
Yep.
I mean, they were talking about like they had just won. They know they didn't win the Super Bowl. They're like, man, we got a chance. Because of the receiver, Skip, I want to win. But at least I want a chance if I go out there and run a good route, the guy can get me the ball. He's not going to skip it to me. He's not going to throw it 10 feet over my head.
Yep.
These guys see, and you want a quarterback that guys are excited about playing with. You know, you can't force no guy. Skip, they tried to force Zach Wilson on him. You can't force it.
Mm-mm.
You can't force it. It's just got to happen organically. And right now, they believe in Mike White. Skip, Mike White, 2 of his 4 games, he's only started 4 games, but 2 of them he's thrown for 300 yards. And you look at the way he was throwing the football in those conditions, Skip, it wasn't like it was 75 and sunny.
Nope.
And he was spinning like he was in a phone booth.
He did.
I'm sorry, Zach. You know, you might have to go cougar hunting again, but you ain't getting that job back unless Mike White, something unforeseen, and knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen, Skip. But this kid looked good yesterday. I know it was in Chicago, Skip. Now, I don't want to put too much.
That's the issue. It was one of the worst defenses in football, and Chicago lost Justin Fields, obviously, and before the game, it looked like they'd lost Trevor Siemian,
right.
And then all of a sudden he took a shot and decided to play. Okay. So we keep that in perspective. But I think the Jets are blessed in one big way, because usually if you take a high-pick quarterback and he starts to bust on you, you don't have a plan B.
Right.
Like what you got some Joe Flacco backup, and it's like, well, what are we doing here?
Well, they do got Flacco.
Huh? Well, they do. That's what I'm saying. They do have
They got Flacco.
Okay, but the point is that their plan B is actually a pretty good plan A, because the Cowboys took this kid in the 5th round, and the only reason he's not a Cowboy right now is because of Cooper Rush.
Skip, you remember his first start? He threw for like 400 yards in his first start for the Jets.
Last year.
Yes.
No, he did against Cincinnati, who was on its way to the Super Bowl, right? So the point is, all of a sudden, Zach Wilson becomes your plan B. You're okay. You can get out from under this. This wasn't a fatal mistake to draft Zach Wilson, because all of a sudden you fell into a 5th rounder who got discarded by the Dallas Cowboys for a reason, because we saw how good Cooper Rush could be as a backup.
But Skip, I think the thing is that you go from starting to wearing a hoodie on the sideline. Skip, that's damning.
Oh, is it?
Skip, I mean, come on now. I can understand saying, no, he's not going to start this week, but he's going to be serve as the backup. You go from starting to not even dressing.
Okay. And yet, what did Solace after the game? He made the easy look easy. He was the master of the obvious. Well, that's what Zach Wilson hasn't been, because he threw for 77 yards the last game against New England because he made it look so hard.
Sometimes, Skip, you can fall in love. You can make a throw and everybody crow and hoot and holler, and then you try to do that and replicate that instead of just doing the mundane and the routine. And then when you have to make the extraordinary, make the extraordinary. But more times than not, the routine's going to get it done.
And then C.J. Mosley said that Mike White was electric. Well, I never heard anybody say Zach Wilson was electric. No. Zach Wilson has talent. He's got a nice arm, and he's athletic. He's more athletic than Mike White. Remember, Mike White's 6 feet 5 inches tall, so he's prototypical pocket passer with a really nice arm.
But Skip, the defense said, you know what? We don't have to hold somebody to 10 points every damn time in order for us to win a ball game. That gets very difficult, because you keep going 3 and out, and I don't care how great your defense is, eventually they will begin to buckle. They will begin to give up those plays that you're like, well, what happened to the defense? They're tired. That's what happened to your defense. They're tired.
And they're tired of looking at that.
I don't think Mike White's giving his job back up this year.
I don't either.
Of interesting new quarterback decisions lately, guys. Mike White, Taylor Heineke, and then, of course, Sam Darnold. Speaking of which, have the Broncos finally hit a boil? Lamar Jackson and the Ravens falling to the Jaguars yesterday, 28-27, one-point game. After the contest, Lamar responded to a fan on Twitter who says the Ravens should spend their money on a well-rounded team instead of giving Jackson a big contract. In a now deleted tweet, Lamar responded, telling the fan to, quote, shut the F up. He also called him an effer who doesn't know football. Shannon. Is this a bad look? And if so, how bad of a look is it for Lamar?
What is a bad look? It's a headache that he created that he didn't need to have. And this is what I would tell, because I don't like to speak to Lamar, because Lamar take offense and think you're trying to tell him something. So I'm going to let him continue to listen to all those people that say, let Lamar live his life. But I'm talking to the guys that want to listen and have and stay out of harm's way, Skip. Give yourself social media, give yourself a 24-hour break, especially if you lose a game. Because, Skip, you know, they used to tell us all the time, give yourself a 30-minute cool-down period. Before you speak to the media, take 30 minutes to cool down, gather your thoughts to make sure you don't say something that you're going to later regret. I would tell anybody that plays a professional sport, stay off of social media, especially if you lose the game, especially if you play bad, because there's going to be somebody out there looking to goad you and to say something that you might regret. Now, he's deleted this post, which lets you know that he knew he was wrong and he shouldn't have done it. But the guy, and look, the fact of the matter, the kicker, Justin Tucker, is the best kicker. You can make a case, the greatest kicker of all time. And the games, unfortunately, will come down. Tom Brady won a lot of Super Bowls because the kickers were clutch. He's won a lot of playoff games. So to say the game shouldn't come down, the game comes down to how it comes down. And it's nice to have a Justin Tucker that you can trot on the field. Had the field goal attempt been 65 yards, I believe it would have been good. But it was 67 yards.
I don't think he caught it flush.
He hit it pretty good, Skip. He got it.
I don't know.
He got all that 175 pounds.
Highly capable of making that.
But Skip, but you have to understand that 66 that he hit, it was indoors.
I got it.
Now, so you're outdoors, the element, maybe a little slight breeze or anything. So for him to know this thing, that's below sea level at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But that being said, Skip, he was already agitated because remember, he cursed at a reporter in his press conference, Skip, when they asked him that the last time he came to Jacksonville, he lost his last bowl game. Yeah. So he's already agitated. He's already feeling some type of way. And then somebody that has 153 followers looking to get the reaction that he got.
I can't believe he has 153, but go ahead.
He looking to get a reaction out of Lamar.
Well, he did.
And Lamar fell into it, Skip. And that's what I've tried to tell, and I've tried to relate to Lamar. Bro, I understand that you're a young guy. Skip, March of 2019, he's in his vehicle showing his bracelet, but he's showing his speed armor. He's going 105 miles an hour. I'm saying, come on, Lamar. He's playing beach football. He trips over the jet ski, heads first. I'm saying, come on, Lamar. You got so much to lose. And all these people, Lamar, let me explain something to you, bro. And Skip, I'm going to turn it over to you. All these people that's telling you to let you live your life, they don't have anything to lose, Lamar. You got $300 million right there waiting.
Right there.
Just, hey, you didn't have to do this, Lamar. Just let discretion be the better part of valor. Chalk this up as a lesson learned. Hopefully you don't have to learn too many lessons like this, but give yourself 24 hours from the social media when you lose a ball game or you don't play particularly well. Because that way you don't get into your feelings. Because when you put the kind of time that he's put into it, it hurts when you lose.
Okay, so what happened in the game? Lamar was extraordinary down the stretch of this game. If we could see real quick what he did, the throw to Deshaun was such a big one to start it off with. This is 63 yards to guess who?
Told you, D-Jack can still run.
He can still run, he can still catch, still run past people. And then here comes Lamar again with the touchdown pass to Oliver, and they go for two. And it's Lamar to guess who? His favorite, Mark Andrews, who bullies it in. And here we go. And you think 27-20, that should do it, right?
Right.
But Trevor Lawrence had other ideas. And here he comes, and there they went. And then they go for two. And I admired Dougie P.
It seems like everybody's going for two these days. You saw the Chargers go for two.